Now, from 21Alive Plus, this is your Fastcast.
Good morning. There's a live look over Broadway Plaza on this Tuesday morning. Today is February 4th, and we're going to begin with a quick check of your first alert weather forecast because we have a lot to talk about this morning. Liz, we've got some freezing rain on the way for later this week, and it sounds like it's going to kind of wreak havoc on our morning commute, especially for people who leave early in the morning on Thursday.
Yeah, so we've already talked as a morning team about how we're going to maybe rearrange some schedules, try to figure things out, because frankly, we don't even want our crew driving in that. So that's something that you probably want to start to have a conversation about. If you haven't had it yesterday, start having those talks today. Let's go ahead and go into the latest. It's a first alert weather day for Wednesday evening and Thursday morning. It's about a 12-hour span that I'm looking at. So we kick things off on about 7 p.m. tomorrow evening. It's going to be on and off throughout the night until about 7 a.m. Thursday morning. So that main impact is going to be any overnight travel for those of you that do travel overnight, because that's just like us for the morning team. Or anyone that's getting up on that normal 9 to 5, heading out the door. Even schools looking to be delayed and have some impacts from this. So as we start to go through things, you'll notice that for tomorrow in the morning and the afternoon, no impacts. This is not going to be anything. But once we get closer to 7, we're already seeing some isolated patches of freezing rain down to the southwest, right there. It's going to be on and off throughout the night, not too bad until we get past midnight. Midnight to about 4 to 5 a.m. looks to be the worst. Notice how widespread some of this freezing rain is. And all of the normal rain closer to Muncie and Dayton sticking to our south. So we're no longer looking to change over from freezing rain to rain, and instead it's all freezing rain, and we're just waiting for this system to boot out of here. Once it does closer to 7 a.m., the rest of the day is looking to be dry. A light glazing of ice expected across the region. That's what's going to lead to slick conditions, not necessarily an ice storm. There's actually a technical definition for that, which is a 1/4 inch of ice, and we look to be under that. But still, even just the lightest glazing of ice, which we've seen over the weekend, can cause some major issues. So we'll have to be on top of it with road crews continuously salting, because Jess, we're not looking at really just one batch of freezing rain. It's going to be on and off for several hours, and because of that, treating the roads once or twice isn't going to do too much. It really needs to be a constant stream. That's what's going to set us up for the best place on Thursday. My advice to you Thursday morning, get out later in the day. The later you are, the better off you're going to be.
Okay, Liz, it sounds like Thursday is going to be a group effort. We're going to need everyone out salting the roads. And we're also going to need everyone who is on the roads to please take it slow so we minimize any accidents out there.
And hey, I will say a high of 41 on Thursday, so we'll get to a point that we need to, but it's just going to be a slow progression for the morning.
Okay, Liz, thanks so much for the updates. We just have a couple of top stories to tell you about this morning, beginning with a chase yesterday that ended in a crash. That happened along I-69 yesterday afternoon. Officers say they were chasing a car northbound near the I-469 exit when that vehicle hit another vehicle on the ramp, which pushed it into the ditch. Luckily, no one was seriously hurt, but police say they did arrest someone. There's no word on who or the charges they could face. Indian Village Elementary is reassuring parents and students this morning after the school went on lockout yesterday. Now, this is something that raised a lot of questions on social media. In a letter sent to parents, officials say a man yelled at a bus driver and students and refused to leave when they were asked. Police and school officials intervened, allowing the kids to go to school, but the man later came to the campus, prompting the lockout. Now, this statement you see on your screen is the statement from Indian Village Elementary School to the parents, reassuring them that the school will do whatever they can to make sure they are safe, especially as we're going into the next day. That school just looking to make sure parents and students are reassured. But that's all we have here this morning. Again, make sure you plan ahead for Thursday. Start getting your backup plans ready to go as to whether or not you are going to go into work, maybe go in a little bit later. Like Liz said, we are already planning ahead as our morning team. You know, that says something. If us here at the news, we're planning ahead. So, you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess.
Yeah,
right, Liz?
You might see me on some odd shows I don't typically do. I think this may be the third time in 5 years that I have ever done the 11 p.m. show.
See, that's commitment, Liz.
That's-
Staying here,
that's
making
commitment.
sure you're ready to go so you don't have to drive in the icy conditions. So, like I said, that's commitment, Liz.
Yes, it is.
All right. There's your live look over Broadway Plaza this morning. We hope you join us again tomorrow, and we also hope you have a great Tuesday.